It's Tim Albright with AVNation with the Road to ISE. Integrated Systems Europe happens the 31st of January through the 3rd of February. With me is my old friend, Mr. Garth Lobban from Atlona. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Tim. How you been?
Good. Happy New Year. Happy even Lunar New Year as well. So both of them. You guys are coming back to ISE, Hall 5. Hall 5, J as in, jelly bean, 500. I always forget the alpha things. But 5J500. Garth, Atlona's been doing a lot of really cool things the last few years. What will we see in the stand this time around?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're excited to be back, obviously, since we haven't been there since 2020. But also this year, 2023, marks our 20th anniversary in business.
Oh, wow.
So we're really excited to be kicking off our 20th anniversary there at the booth. And for us, it's a chance to kind of get back, rekindle those relationships, and meet some of those partners that we haven't had a chance to be in front of for quite some time. And there's a lot of people who want to get to know us because in the last few years, we've been introducing a few products and solutions. And this is the first time for us to be able to show those products that we have been launching over the interim years and showing them live in applications throughout the stand.
Yeah, one of the things that you guys have gone over the last the evolution, right? You were purchased by Panduit a couple of years ago. So talk about that partnership, really, and the ability that Atlona has been able to do to showcase their products and their services not only here in the States but also on a stage like ISE.
The partnership with Panduit has been great for us because even from the outset, it was all about this infrastructure company who gets there when the concrete is still wet, all the infrastructure is going in, and working with their partners to make them more familiar with what happens after all that great infrastructure comes in. The AV lays in on top of it. And with our systems from AV over IP to control over IP, it's a natural fit. But the other things that have been going on in these last few years is that the territory area managers and the regional sales managers over on the Panduit side, getting to know the regional sales managers on the Atlona side, have really created a great partnership. We see it not only here in the United States, where all the territories are working together to unearth opportunities, whether it's in commercial real estate, whether it's in data center, whether it's in traditional AV, but also outside of the U.S. We've forged great teamwork partnerships with our colleagues in APAC, in EMEA, in Latin America. We're really seeing these explosive relationships starting to happen. In fact, our effort in EMEA, just for the trade show alone, has been a partnership of the Panduit and Atlona team working together out of the Panduit headquarters in Frankfurt to assemble the stations, to assemble this booth and select a booth fabricator, and then truck that all up to Barcelona. So there's your microcosm of the partnership right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also helps the dealers and quite frankly, the end users throughout EMEA and globally. You mentioned that this is the first time that you guys have been back since 2020. Talk for a second about kind of the juxtaposition and the shift between, I almost said Barcelona, between Amsterdam and Barcelona and, the space and everything, but also, what you guys have done maybe differently because of the geographic difference.
It's really kind of interesting. All of us who've been going to ISE, now for us, we've been going to ISE, if I remember correctly, since about 2010. And so when I came on board with the company just a little under 8 years ago, one of my first assignments was to go to ISE, and it's the first time that I'd actually been. So here I am, dumped right in the middle of this trade show, and I was not a trade show coordinator by any stretch of the imagination, and I landed in Amsterdam. And there's a familiarity that all of us had with Amsterdam. We knew where to find all the services within the RAI. We knew where to find all the restaurants around the RAI.
Oh, yes.
Most of us were within walking distance of the convention center. So there was kind of a comfortable, old home environment there that we knew everything and everywhere and all that stuff. Well, now you've got the excitement of Barcelona. It's a new venue. There's a lot of companies that were there last year, and this is going to be their second time there, so no problem there. But for a lot of us, it's like, okay, where is everything? Where do we go? Where do we find information? And the Fira is so large, and with all of the halls. Now, you remember the almost catacombs that we had over there in Amsterdam, which was fun. And once you kind of learned your way around that cycle over there where we were in Hall 5 over there, it was no problem. But you've got these straight hauls up and down, and everything seems pretty straightforward. But then you look at how you're going from one haul to another. I took their virtual tour to try to figure out, okay, where do I go from Hall 5 to get to booth selection and all the rest? So I think the excitement of just going to someplace new will be fun. I looked at the weather, and it should be a little cooler than it is where I am in Southern California, but it will still be a lot warmer than it normally is in Amsterdam. So that part we're looking forward to as well. But I think just the dynamic of a new place, we're going to see different types of customers as well, which will be interesting because there's a lot of folks that could just hop up to Amsterdam, if you will, just even from the DACH region. Well, it's a little bit harder for them to get there, but what we might see is more of the Iberian Peninsula represented, more of the Italian customers coming in, and we have a brand new RSM based in Italy, so I know he's going to be excited to see probably a lot more customers than he might have been had he been with us at the last ISE show in Amsterdam. So I'm looking forward to that. We can't forget how global ISE is. I know I sound like an ISE promoter right now, but it really is a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have our team in from Asia, which is exciting. So we're going to see those guys coming in. We've got obviously the team coming in from EMEA and quite a bit of the team from the US, certainly on the product management side. So this big annual gathering almost is going to feel normal again. You know, we'll see what the numbers bear out, but we're excited. There's a lot of manufacturers who are registered to present there. And I know that they're going to start breaking records. Do we see better than 2019? Don't know, but it's certainly going to be good to be back on the trade show circuit again, as it were.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Hall 5J 500 is where we will see you, Garth, in Atlona, but not everybody's going. So if they're not going and they want to follow along with everything that Atlona will be talking about that week, how do we do that?
Going to make it really easy for people. So go to our website, atlona.com, but hit in /ISE-2023. You're going to see our entire lineup of products that we're showing at ISE, and you'll see the schedule for our happy hour. So the first 3 days of the show, come by the stand, visit us for happy hour starting at 5 o'clock. And we're going to be doing something fun. We're going to be broadcasting live from the stand. We have our live cast. We'll be doing a preview show on the 30th, the day before the show, from 4 p.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And we'll be broadcasting on the 30th, 31st, and the 1st from the show. So we hope you guys will join us in the stand. If you can't, join us virtually.
Absolutely. All right, Garth. Garth Lobban from Atlona. Again, 5J500 for them. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. Follow along as we also head to Barcelona for InfoComm, for ISE, Integrated Systems Europe 2023, the 31st of January through the 3rd of February. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.